you're a shepherd or an elder in the Lord's church. And you've taken on that role for a very specific reason. You took it on because you love the Lord and you love the church that He's established here upon the earth. You've taken that job because you love souls, you love your members, and you want to see them all succeed, to live their lives and go to heaven. But being in a place of leadership means that there's lots of things that seem to every day get in the way of what you feel like your primary mission is, and that's being amongst the people and helping them with their issues. I mean, there's all kind of jobs that need to get done, and they need to get done well. There's buildings to take care of and facilities. There's ministries and good works that the church is performing that need to be managed and maintained, and the ball can't be dropped. There's a never-ending stream of details that need to be managed and maintained. And you feel like if you don't try to stay on top of some of that, then the ball's going to get dropped. But what if you had a set of tools, a set of digital tools that you could not only use yourself, but you could hand to your deacons or your church staff or whoever else in leadership it is that you see fit? What if there was a set of tools that you could hand them that would not only allow them to organize and keep track of what needed to get done, but would also allow them a framework to be able to examine everyone in the congregation and allow them to see opportunities to get other people involved, to let other people help? If you had that tool, would you use it? Would you feel more comfortable delegating and knowing that it would get done, and understanding that you would be able to check in the progress that if you wanted to, but really you could spend more of your time dealing with souls and helping people? You know what? Serve Well is a program written by Good Shepherd Systems that's designed to be just that. It's designed to be a digital tool set for leaders in the church, elders, deacons, ministers, church staff. And it's designed to empower them with a framework to store all the information that they need and to manage that information and to be able to work on it, to be able to more effectively do the work of the Lord's church. I'd like to show you just a few examples of how ServeWell can do that. ServeWell is basically a website. It's a website designed for church leaders, and it allows many functionalities, but it all basically starts with storing information on your members. You know, if you're in the business world, if you did sales, you would have a customer relationship manager software where you could go look up everything that you would ever need to know about your customers. Well, ServeWell starts with that functionality. We can put in all the information that you can ever think to store about church members, but from that point on, then we can do some very specific tasks. One of those would be the worship services. You know, every Lord's Day, there are worship services that need to be completed, and certain people need to perform certain jobs. There's prayers to be prayed. The Lord's Supper needs to be prepared and distributed. And ServeWell is a program that can help your deacons or your ministry staff perform that function. You can go in and online, you can set up all the information about your congregation and how it runs its worship services. You can pick an upcoming date, an upcoming Sunday, let's say August the 29th, and we're going to have a worship service at 10 a.m. Okay, in that worship service, we have different positions. We have a welcome and opening prayer, the song leader, the preacher, of course, who's doing the Lord's Supper and the closing prayer. And with this system, we can take every man in the congregation and flag what it is that they are willing to do and build out this entire service. And once that's complete, not only do we have this in the system and have it recorded, we can print reports for this. We can go back and see who has done what in the past at various times. But we can also have the ability to send out reminders. So for everyone that is on this upcoming service, with the click of one button, we can send them a text message and an email stating that you are on the Lord's Supper table this upcoming Sunday. Please be prepared for that. And if you're not able to do that, here's the person that you contact. The other thing that we have the ability to do with and serve well also is keeping track of ministries. You know, the Lord's church has all kind of ministries, ways that it reaches out to the community around it. And here in this test case, we've got a couple different ministries set up, a men's and women's ministry, a card ministry. That's something we actually do at my local congregation at Westside Church of Christ. We every Sunday morning before Bible class, we set out cards for different people and have different needs. And everyone, either during class or afterwards, takes Post-it notes and puts in those cards. But somebody has to prepare those, gathers those, collects the addresses, and has to mail them, of course, when they're done. So we can take the card ministry, let's say, and enter into it, and we can assign for a certain date. So let's say for the 29th, we want somebody to do the card ministry. And this will be performed, of course, at the 10 o'clock service hour. Card prep set up in mail. And once I load this, then I can pick who is going to, these are the people that have said that they are willing to help with this ministry. We're going to assign this to Mr. Tommy. And once again, we have now created that service event. And ministries in Servewell can be as simple as a one-person ministry that has only basically one job function, or we can do something entirely more complicated, like a soup kitchen that could have one of many functions. You could have something like, let's say, either a prep day where you come in before and cook all the food, and that is basically one job, if you will, that's done by itself, and then the serving on the next day is a completely different job. So we can see here, we can go in and set up people who are willing to help with bread and meats and sides and desserts. And then on the service day, which could be on a different date, then we can load that and we can pick servers. And once again, once we have all this built out in the system, we can, with a single click of a button, we can send reminders to those folks and let them know that they have a job to do. So, like I say, Servewell is designed to be a piece of software to help you and your ministry staff, your deacons, ministers, church secretaries, and the like, to be able to help them organize and accomplish the work of the Lord. We'd love to talk to you about this system and how we can help integrate it into you and the operations of your church. May the Lord bless you and keep you. Thank you.